I can't remember if I told you before about the old painter, the one who hides his finished works of art in a closet, never to be seen again. All that beauty hidden away. But that does not stop him from painting, because that is what he does. That is what he is. And I also may have told you, when he dies, the house will burn down, and all the paintings will burn with it, and it will be as if the paintings had never been. All that beauty, all that labor, all that emotion, up in smoke. And that is why I tell you about him and about the paintings, so you will know and you will remember when he is gone. You will remember the beauty hidden in the closet, behind closed doors, locked away. He brings his canvas and paints and a stool with him on this early morning, slung over his back in an old familiar pack, the weight of which is heavy and has always caused pain. Yet it is sorely missed when not there. It is our burdens we remember most fondly, I think, as odd as that might sound. We somehow wistfully remember the pain, and our minds change it to just a misunderstanding. The fleeting joys of life are just like that. They're fleeting, but the burdens, oh, how we endure them. A life well lived is filled with pain, and this I believe. Where shall he place his stool? He cannot decide. Now here and now there, but he's tired and he sits down to rest. Perhaps the inspiration will come to him like an angel settling on his conscience, reminding him of his duties, whispering of responsibility. The responsibility to create, which, if shirked, dries us into chaff that blows away in the wind. He runs his old calloused hand across the canvas, then again, and yet again. His old eyes do not see much of it anymore, but the feel is always the same. The feel is what has always been important. The canvas begs for touch, for hue. I watch him secretly. I spy on him and take secret delight in doing so. Sometimes he begins with a sketch, perhaps flowers and trees on a wispy landscape, or bold mountains and a crashing sea, or sometimes a woman's face, saddened and looking down at her dirty hands. Then the palette comes out and the colors are mixed. But not all of them are used. I don't know why. Perhaps he just likes to know they're available. Perhaps he likes to purposely ignore some of the colors. Perhaps the canvas cries in pain if he should place the wrong color. And I sometimes wonder who is painting whom. I can see the happy colors in a corner of the palette, but he does not reach for them yet. He finds the darkened hues instead, the colors so like those I hide within my own soul. How does he know? How does he know what hides within me? I have a sudden fear that he might paint me, and then, like all of his other paintings, I will be relegated to the hidden closet behind closed doors forever. And when the house burns down, I will too. It is a dusky red against a tired green, the kind of green that summer gives when she cannot give any more, and longs to place her seeds within a cool, earthly grave. No casket to adorn them, just hardened, spiky pods of hidden life, buried in a cold and bony embrace. But she longs for it because the giving has become too much. And somehow the painter, he also knows this giving of too much, this emptying of the soul. He knows the sorrow that abundance will bring, has no choice but to bring. And that is one of the mysteries, of course, that abundance heralds in lack. The jagged lines on his face deepen in recognition of what is to come. Then unexpectedly, he quickly reaches out across to the small tree near him and pulls off a thorny hawthorn branch, purposely raking it through his fingers. I wince with the pain I know he must feel from the thorns. But then the lines relax on his face. He reaches out and a few drops of blood fall upon the holy canvas. He has gone too far, I think to myself. He cannot put his own blood on the canvas. Does he know? Does he realize what he has done? Or has age finally taken his mind? The lines in his wizened face deepen again in pain. Yet the blue of his eyes against the red of his hands is striking. Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? Then the master's hand begins again. Now brilliant flowers dance upon the perfect linen landscape. A perfect sky with perfect clouds, and a couple in the distance holding hands and walking through a field of ripening grain. The darker edges of the forest in the background not yet whispering of the pain of the years to come. After. The tired green and brilliant bloodberries in the foreground are unknown to the youths who walk happily in the field. And how could they know? They are young and where they are supposed to be. They do not yet know of the hawthorn tree. There is still time. It is done. He sets it aside haphazardly, as if he is pushing away an empty plate from a meal enjoyed long ago. Already done with the idea, already forgotten. Then he reaches into his pack and pulls out a weathered old sketch and places it on the easel. It is the sketch of the woman who looks down at her dirty hands. I recognize it. The master does not paint her. He removes a scant meal from his pack, a bit of bread and dried apple and a flask, and he sits in silence and eats, staring at the woman who stares at her hands. He tips his flask to her and then drinks. The day has worn on, and the shadows are growing quickly. I have been here too long. I should not have followed him, but I can never resist. I should not have looked at the bloodberries. I should not have noticed the dirty hands of the woman in the sketch. But hindsight alone is perfect. There are always so many things we should not have done. I turn to leave, freeing my skirt from a thorny bush. He looks quickly in my direction. Surely he cannot see me? Those old eyes can focus only on the past now. Still, he looks. I back up slowly and disappear within the tree line. I head for home for the safety of four walls, where there are no bloodberries to be seen. And the master, he packs up as well, and begins the journey back to his own home. He grabs the perfect landscape painting, almost as an afterthought really, swinging it uselessly from his lined hand. Another perfect day to place in the old closet. My, how the days add up. All of them so perfect.